your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming retrograde motion of planet Mercury. So now friends, as you know this thing that Mercury, which is currently transiting its own sign of Virgo, its sign of exaltation, but on September 10th, Mercury will start its retrograde journey. So from September 10th till October 2nd, Mercury is going to be in a retrograde motion. During this year, Mercury is going to be receiving the straight aspect from the planet Jupiter as well. And just because right now Mercury is in its sign of exaltation, so the way results are gonna be manifesting, there is definitely going to be an added flair of the Mercurian qualities over there. And we cannot even overlook this fact that friends, right now it's not only Mercury but also like Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. There is a lot of horde of planets which are currently in a retrograde motion. So we will definitely try to understand its general attributes, customized results for all the rising signs. And before we will start our discussion, just a quick update. I will be conducting a workshop on tarot on September 17th, just because friends, Jupiter, which is right now transiting in the Pisces sign. So what could other subject I would have thought of conducting a workshop other than tarot, because tarot has got a lot of spiritual insights into it. It is actually a very strong tool for developing your intuition, for sensing the divinity or the cosmic intelligence all around you. I still remember, it's not only that I have to open up the tarot cards. Sometimes what happens is that even at the time when I'm doing a reading for someone, doing a consultation for someone, because I always make a blend of all the sciences, whether it's astrology, palmistry, numerology, tarot. So sometimes what happens is that the question which the querent or the client has asked me, even at the time of the shuffling the cards, that card which encompasses the nature of the query of the client, that just falls on its own. So this is what the power of tarot is. And if you have a knowledge of tarot, you're already practicing it, then you do not have to think about it. You are not gonna learn something new from me. But if you're completely blank about tarot and you are a very spiritually oriented person, then you should give it a shot. So okay friends, now coming back to our today's discussion. So now friends, like the way you know this thing that in today's day and age, Mercury plays a very pivotal role, because Mercury, which rules over communication, commerce and trade, your friendship, your networking, all sort of travels. And what I've seen in so many years of observation is that specifically whenever Mercury goes retrograde, all those people who strongly and chiefly come in the purview of the Mercury connected professions, their execution, their communication, their self-expression always goes haywire. And just because right now if Mercury is in its sign of exaltation, so that does not mean that it is not gonna create some twisted results or some unpredictable results. That is still gonna happen. It all comes down to in which dignity Mercury is operating or is placed in your chart. And friends, we cannot even overlook the general innate qualities of the Virgo. Now Virgo is a sign which demands perfection, which demands very meticulous approach towards your craft, towards your skill. See, Mercury has got the rulership of two signs, of Gemini and Virgo. But when we talk about the stark difference in the qualities, in the energies of these two zodiac signs. So on one side, where Gemini represents childlike nature, curiosity, travels, flirtatiousness, the moment you reach the Virgo sign, so this is the sign which gives exaltation to the planet of intelligence, Mercury. Like Mercury is the only planet which attains exaltation in its own sign. So that in itself means that Mercury has got so much of the discriminatory intelligence that there is no other sign which can give it the best dignified state. So definitely friends, a few do's and don'ts which everyone has to follow, because as you can fairly see, so many planets are right now in a retrograde motion. Like very soon, like Saturn is going to be coming out of its retrograde motion in the month of October only. So we are not very far from Saturn coming out of its retrograde motion. So the point which I'm trying to say over here is that if you have to initiate something important, and if there is a lot of uncertainty involved over there, then you have to remain a little bit cautious, careful. If you are in that political seat or on a top management seat where all of your communication, self-expression is always in the public scrutiny, then also you have to remain very cautious, because I have already mentioned this thing, that when a planet is in its strongest dignity and when it goes retrograde, the result tend to come out very strong. So now the strong result could come in a positive light as well, that your meticulous approach could get appreciated, or this could also work out in this way that any miscalculated move by you get exaggerated in your work environment. So over there as well, you have to remain a little bit cautious. And also friends, like for all those people in whose case they are always a victim of anxiety, or you are a very perfectionist kind of person, so with this Mercury turning retrograde in the Virgo sign, you have to remain a little bit cautious in all these areas as well. Anxiety can get higher, your demand of perfection out of your juniors, your teammates goes higher. And also friends, because all the Virgo related domain and activities, whether you're working in the health industry, fitness industry, or communication industry, so you have to remain a little bit cautious and careful. So okay friends, now let's try to understand the customized results for all the rising signs. So now friends, starting first with the Aries rising people. So now friends, honestly speaking, Mercury is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, because see in the case of the Aries Lagna people, so like when we even talk about all the Dushtana Bhava, so in your case 8th house is something which is ruled by your own Lagna. Your 12th house also gets ruled by your 9th house lord as well. It's only your 6th house, or because Mercury has also got the rulership of the 3rd house as well. So in the Aries Lagna people, it's only the well dignified or agitated state of Mercury which can give rise towards success or obstacles in the path of a Aries Lagna person. So now definitely friends, because Mercury is going to be turning retrograde in your 6th house, so definitely your bar of expectation might suddenly go very high. There could be some last moment concerns while dealing with your juniors within your workforces as well. Like let's say for example, during this time, if you have to undertake any travel, you have to remain very cautious, very careful of your preparation, of your planning. You do not want to get stranded while traveling, or while being in transit. And also friends, like if you have to initiate anything very important, so I would say that if you can postpone it, it's fine, but if it is very important, then I would say that try to remain very cautious, very careful, very well planned in all the nitty-gritties of that new project where you will be associating yourself or becoming a part of that. Also friends, like when we talk about the friendship or your network perspective, so over there many times it has been seen that because Mercury, we cannot even overlook this fact that Mercury is in its sign of exaltation. So let's say for example, if you are a Aries Lagna person and you are going through some favorable dashas right now, so then some of the opportunity which was left behind, or because in your case friends, in your 10th house as well, your house of profession, like because whenever we talk about anything to do with the profession, with the service or with the job and everything, we give attention towards the 10th house and the 6th house. So both the houses, the planet there is very strongly rooted and it is retrograde. So if there has been some project or some opportunity which came to you but slipped at the last moment, or some colleague of yours, so if any of those like unfinished businesses are there, whether it involves people, whether it involves some opportunity or some responsibility delegation, that can still manifest, or the loop or the circle get complete during this time. But again friends, you have to remain very cautious if you have to initiate something new, or the way you deal or you handle your juniors, your teammates at your work front. Moving right friends, now for all the Taurus Lagna people. So definitely friends, in your case, Mercury becomes a very auspicious planet for you guys. So the chances are going to be strong that Mercury is only going to manifest positive, strong results. Now friends, because Mercury is in itself is a planet of intelligence. 5th house also is the house of your mental faculties, the way your mind function. So definitely during this time you will be at your strategic best. I can say this thing, like whether you are working in the fields of art, creativity, commerce, trade, speculation, trading, anything to do with the dealing with the children products, or if you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, so the chances are strong that any of the decision taken by you will manifest some very strong results. So friends, regarding your wealth and financial aspect, so the chances are going to be high that all of the return on investment of all the hard work which you have been putting in, it can give you some kind of breakthrough or some sort of way forward if you kind of finding yourself stuck in a rut, in a deadlock situation. So the way or your mind will function in this way that you will be able to sail through any of the difficulty, any of the obstacle which will come in front of you. And many times friends, it has been seen that because fifth house also tells about love and romance as well. So for all those people in whose case either there has been some unfinished relationship or some ex of yours, ex-lover, ex-partner, that person might suddenly reappear in your life. So all those possibilities can still be foreseen, and those possibilities will get stronger once your ascendant lord is also going to enter the fifth house and get conjunct with Mercury. Like because on around September 24th, Venus, your ascendant lord, is also going to get conjunct with Mercury. So those are going to be the days when whether you are connected with art, entertainment, media business, or any of the relationship related concerns might resurface back again, and this is going to be very auspicious or a good time to arbitrate or solve those issues which might have been troubling you from past so long. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Gemini rising people, so definitely friends, in your case Mercury becomes your ascendant lord, so you are going to strongly get influenced because of this retrograde journey of the planet Mercury. Now it is going to be taking place in your fourth house. So now friends, as you know this thing that Mercury has got a little bit of the enmity or biasness towards the matters of the fourth house, but just because it is your ascendant lord, it is in its strong dignity, so definitely it is going to manifest some very strong or good results only. Like I would say that you will be at your calculative best if during this time you have to take any important commercial decision connected with the matters of the fourth house, like reconciling any of the property related issue, or if you deal your nature of work involves, like you are working as a realtor, any luxury goods, any sort of interior decor business, so all those people can definitely get benefited friends. It's your whole focus, your energy is going in the matters of the fourth house. Planet is retrograde, so that in itself means that yes, you will be at your introspective, your reflective best. And overall friends, the way planetary energy is influencing you, because in your case Saturn is another auspicious planet for you guys. Saturn is also transiting right now in your 8th house, so your mind is actually going to the depth in any given situation. And with this Mercury turning retrograde in your 4th house, you will definitely come out with some good solution of any ongoing challenges which you might be facing. So definitely all those people who are engaged in the matters of the 4th house as a profession, as a livelihood, will definitely get benefited with this retrograde journey of Mercury in your 4th house. Definitely friends, there is going to be a little bit concerns if your natal chart is indicating a personality which is given towards lot of anxiety, lot of stress, and if your ongoing dashas are not running favorable and your domestic life is right now is a matter of concern for you, then the problems can go more intense as well. So it all comes down to the way your life is functioning right now, the kind of dashas which are currently activated. But individually speaking, Mercury's retrograde motion in the 4th house will accelerate or benefit you on the material aspect of the 4th house related matters. Now friends, for all the Cancer Lagna people, so now friends, in your case this retrograde motion of Mercury is going to take place in your 3rd house. Now friends, luckily speaking, in your case it is indicative of a very positive energy, because obviously Mercury does not get along well with your ascendant lord, but the way other planets are contributing towards this functioning of Mercury, because as you can see, Saturn is in a strong dignity in your 7th house, Jupiter is in a very strong dignity and it is going to be aspecting Mercury from your 9th house. So definitely friends, like when we talk about any of the past failures, if you have faced that in any of your business ideas or business planning, or you have been looking out for any funding, for any sponsorship, any collaboration or something like that. So re-strategizing yourself and approaching all those business ideas with a fresh mindset can actually give you success during this time. Also friends, like any of the past connection or friend of yours, if you have lost contact with them, all those people might also resurface again back in your life. Now friends, one thing which I want to say over here is that very explicitly, very clearly, that third house is very much favorable to the planet Mercury. It's in its strong dignity. So it all comes down to your personality, the yogas you have in your chart, and the kind of dashas you are currently going through. Like this could be a time when any of the like communication or self-expression of yours, any of the move of yours might suddenly catches everyone's attention. Or this could be that if Mercury's energies is not working out in your favor, and it has not worked in your favor in the past as well, then you have to remain very cautious, very careful. Any tweet, any communication, any form of self-expression of yours might create confusion or a major chaotic situation. So over there you have to remain a little bit cautious, careful. But overall, this retrograde energy of planet Mercury will open up new doors or will give you clarity of all the past initiatives, endeavors or actions of yours. Now friends, for all the Leo rising people, so definitely friends, Mercury is the key to your bank account. Mercury becomes a very important planet for you. Now it is going to go retrograde right over there in your second house, which can be a significator of good news only. Now friends, again I will be very honest with you, this is one thing which I already explained at the beginning of this video, that because the way all the major planets are in a retrograde motion, so unless and until if it is not very important for you, it's very pressing issue that you have to make a foray into something very important, completely new, a foreign experience for you. So if it is very important, after taking into consideration do's and don'ts and being well prepared, you can venture into that. But the way the whole planetary energies are right now in a retrograde motion, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, so I would advise against taking any initiatives or starting something completely new during this time. Second thing is that friends, like definitely your mode of communication is going to be very self-reflective, very insightful. This is how you are going to be expressing or communicating with people. In the matters of finances, I would say that if you are actually going through some positive dasha right now, so any of the money struck in any of the commercial dealings of yours, so if you will reapproach all of those partners, vendors or client of yours, so all those struck money of the past can be regained or reclaimed during this retrograde motion of Mercury in the second house. Again friends, the mode of communication is definitely going to support you, benefit you. Overall, the energy of this retrograde motion of Mercury is only going to benefit you. The only thing is that friends, when we say that because second house is also the house of our speech, our family members as well, and all those people who are in a family business. So I would say that just try to refrain from getting into any argument with any of the elderly or close members of your family. Like you should not speak something which is gonna create confusion within the family environment. But overall friends, regarding the commercial and financial aspect, I would say that this retrograde energy, it's only gonna benefit all the Leo Lagna people. Now friends, for all the Virgo rising people, so definitely friends, in your case it is going to be taking place right over there in your first house. Now Mercury in your case has also got the rulership of your 10th house as well. So definitely this will give you a new vision, new approach towards looking at the world. And this becomes more important for, let's say for example, you are an actor, you are a musician, you are a performer, you are a top politician, you are a person with major followers on Twitters and all of that. So this is generally a time when people actually take a lot of U-turn, like new association, looking with a new vision or mindset towards any existing circumstances or situation. So new friendship, old connections resurfacing back. So break up, new friendship, new tie up. So this is how the energy is going to manifest for all the Virgo rising people. Definitely this could be a time if you actually looking forward towards some sort of major image makeover. So you can even consider doing that as well, because friends, in your case, planetary energy is actually putting you in a position of power, because as you can see, Jupiter is well placed in your 7th house, like Saturn is also well placed in your 5th house. So definitely if you are looking forward towards some new ideas, new image projection, so during this time when Mercury is going to be retrograde, you can think about doing all of that. Now again friends, I will say the same thing, that the planning part or strategy part could be considered, but when it comes down to taking actual physical decision or kind of commitments or investing money, so over there you have to give attention and consideration towards your ongoing dashas. And also friends, your public image, if you are on that position where you have got lot many followers, you are a major big influencer in your community, in your field, then you have to remain very cautious. Any of the communication material of yours, how it is going to get perceived in the society. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Libra Lagna people. So now friends, definitely in your case, this retrograde energy of Mercury is going to be taking place in your 12th house. So now friends, again I will say the same thing, because in your case the planetary energy is working out in this way that, see, Jupiter is right now in a retrograde motion in your 6th house. So Jupiter is in any case aspecting this Mercury, because Mercury being exalted and retrograde in the 12th house could be a blessing in disguise for the people inclined towards religious austerities, spirituality, any sort of research or exploration and all of that. But in general, this is a kind of a energy, a very volatile energy, where all the past demons or kind of all those things which you do not want to confront or face, they generally resurface and start troubling us. So I would say that just because Jupiter is right now aspecting it, rather than running away from it, giving it more power over you, try to face your demons, try to resolve those issues. So yes friends, definitely this is how I am looking at it. It all comes down to the kind of dashas and yogas you have in your chart. This could actually make you a very insightful person, very introspective, very accepting person as well. Or this could make you escapist as well during this time when Mercury is going to go retrograde in your 12th house. Many times it has been seen that people who have relapses in drugs and addictions and all of that, that also take place whenever the planetary energy get in this way. But just because the saving grace is that because Jupiter is aspecting it from the 6th house, so not much to worry about that. And like the way I have already explained this thing, do not give your demons power over you. This is a good time to reconcile or get to the root of solving all those pent up issues of yours. Expenses can go high, and any of the important commercial financial decision making needs to be done, needs to be taken with a lot of contemplation. Rather, I would say, do not rely on your own thought process. Reach out to the experts, take other people's opinion as well for any of the important business, commercial, new decision during this time. Now friends, for all the Scorpio rising people, so definitely friends, in your case, Mercury is retrograde in your 11th house can be seen as a very good energy, because see, although Mercury is not a very auspicious planet for your Lagna, but just because Mercury, which loves to socialize, and it's a very friendly planet, and its retrograde motion in the 11th house will bring back lot many opportunities, lot many old connections of yours as well. So for the travels, for connections, for association, working on your vision for your future, for your career related goals and all of that, so this can be seen as a very good time. So overall friends, for the Scorpio Lagna people, I do not have any like negative or watchful or vulnerable thing to add over here. It's just like that, try to remain very watchful that how much other people are consuming of your energy, and a very good time to work on your goals, on your plans for your future growth in times to come. Now friends, for all the Sagittarius rising people, so definitely friends, in your case, as you can see that this retrograde motion is going to take place in your 10th house, which can be seen as a very good energy. Like during this time you will get a chance to reconcile any of the issues or ongoing issues with your bosses, any of the people who you associate or you have worked in the past. You might get a chance to again work on those projects, associate with those people. You might cross path with again all of those ex-colleagues of yours as well. So overall friends, a very good energy for strategizing for any of the important career related decision making and all of that. It's just like that friends, like if you have to initiate something new or if you have to undertake any important travel or something, so over there give little bit of the buffer over there, because like the way I have already mentioned this thing, retrograde Mercury is a time when you were in this mindset that you are in command of every nitty gritty, every nuances of the details of your project, but at the last moment you will get to know that okay, you just, that most important detail just got slipped from your mind, or the internet got down, you were not able to send the important files on time, or at the travel during the transit things got haywire at the last moment. So any of the things, whenever Mercury is retrograde in your 10th house, do not leave them for the last moment. Try to remain well prepared and always keep your communication very transparent, very explicit. Any sort of ambiguous communication will only go against you whenever Mercury is retrograde, that too in your 10th house. Now friends, for all the Capricorn Lagna people, so definitely friends, in your case, this is a time when any of the travel will definitely give you lot many insight. Second thing is that friends, because lately whenever I'm talking about any of the weekly transit videos and monthly transit video, I generally come very hard on the Capricorn people, because as you can fairly see the way Saturn is right now influencing you, and other planets like 8th house energy has been influencing you from the past couple of weeks. But definitely friends, I would say that again friends, I will again stick to the same thing. You are right now thinking a lot in the past, you are in your head a lot. I still remember whenever we go for the acting classes and all of that, a lot many times I get this feedback, no, you were not in the scene, you are just in your head. So this is what I want to say you, that problems might not be as bad as you might have created them in your head. Second thing is that definitely friends, like travels will give you lot many insights, but there will be a possibility that there will be intermittent trouble, obstacles, last moment cancellation in that as well. Try to remain very much reflective, welcoming towards that, well prepared in that direction. Any sort of religious teaching, embracing new teachings, taking interest in philosophy could be considered during this time when Mercury is turning retrograde in your 9th house. And friends, I always say this thing, like someone like me as well friends, I do astrology and I always remain open towards different sources for gaining knowledge and wisdom. So this is a very good time to go back to your roots, like if you are in that skilled profile. So just because now you might have progressed in your field, but sometimes we do not realize that we are still lacking on the basics. So it's a very good time to go back to your roots, to all sort of teachings which you have acquired from your mentors, from your teachers in your career path. And definitely friends, a very insightful time. That is all what I can say for all the Capricorn Lagna people. Now friends, for all the Aquarius Lagna people, so definitely friends, in your case this energy is going to benefit you more if you are actually working in the fields of occult, spirituality, or anything to do with the scientific pursuit, exploration as well. Again friends, 8th house is a double-edged sword. If all of those elements are not getting qualified in your case and you are driven towards hedonism, lot many intoxicants and that sort of lifestyle, then this retrograde might land you in trouble or might give association with the unethical, unlawful kind of experiences. So try to remain very much kind of receptive the way you are operating right now. Mercury and Saturn are the chief planet including like Rahu, which can drive someone towards the unlawful, unethical, underhanded activities. So refrain from any of those engagement actions during this time, because Mercury retrograde in the 8th house might give all those kind of thoughts only. So refrain from, protect yourself from all those kind of mindset and actions. But again friends, if you are inclined towards religious austerity, spiritual austerities, research, scientific pursuit, exploration, so all those people can definitely get benefited. Remain very much attuned towards your inner intuition, inner voice, because Mercury in itself is the messenger of the gods. So I would say that whatsoever the universe wants to guide you, those whisper can actually come to you. So remain very much watchful, receptive towards that. Now friends, and last for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now friends, in your case, Mercury is going to go retrograde in your 7th house. So definitely friends, Mercury has got the rulership of your 4th house as well. So 4th house, 7th house is actually the houses which involves your domestic life, your love, your relationship, all sort of political power, public association. So during this time friends, definitely people from the past, like this could be a business partner, this could be within your marriage or relationship, or within the people you closely associate yourself with. So all those people either resurface back in your life, all those lost or missed opportunity, you might again get a chance to work on them. So this is how we can say, like, because friends, specifically for all those people who are like top politicians, CEOs, and people working in the top of the management, where you have got a lot many followers, your tweets, your decision making has got a say or influence on lot many people. So during this time you will be very insightful, and you will have a strong edge or a stronger grip on the psychology of the collective. So overall friends, a very good time. I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable in any front. Any of the lost business commercial opportunity could be reclaimed, or you might get a chance to work on them. So overall, a very good energy. Remain receptive towards if the past, people from the past might reappear again back in your life. And just while talking on any sensitive issues, try to remain as transparent as possible. Whenever Mercury is in a strong dignity and retrograde, any ambiguous, open-ended expression many times get misinterpreted. So try to remain very much watchful towards that as well. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming retrograde motion of the planet Mercury for all the rising signs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyawad.